Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. So, I typically come to you live on Wednesdays, but today I found an article and I wanted to chat about this article because it's so imperative as parents, as women who are working moms and parents and the go-to parent, right? That we don't feel alone as wives and as mothers and as women that are working and reaching and going for their goals and dreams and ambitions. And I'm live over here in the Productivity Hacks for Ambitious Women, and I'm also live over here on Instagram. So welcome, ladies, welcome. If you're here for the first time, my name is Sandy Glenn. I'm a high performance productivity coach, and I help women step away from the burnout and step into systems that work for them in their business so they can optimize the things that they want to tap into, like their business, their family, intentional time with their family, as well as doing things in their business that they want to do. And I found this article and it really struck me because it's something that I think that men, so if you're a man listening into this and you have a wife or a partner or a special woman in your life and she's the one that is working and with the babies and taking care of the home and doing all the things, I just want to let you know that this is more geared towards women. So what we're going to be talking about today is productivity tips, strategies for moms who are stressed out about doing it all, who are doing all the things. And if you feel like you're a working woman in a man's world, you're right. You're right. And you are trying to run a business and run the home. And I want to share with you how to be ultra productive in business while raising babies. So if you're a mama and you are wanting that intentional time with your kids and with your husband, all while growing a business, this is for you. This is for you. I'm going to be giving you, usually I only come on here and give you like 2 to 3 tips. I have 6 tips for you today on how you can step into being that intentional wife and mother and growing your business. So if you're on here live and you're watching in the Productivity Hacks group, thank you for being here. If you're watching here on Instagram, thank you for being here. Invite another mom friend into this group. If she's a woman and she is running the house, running the kids, she's running her business and she feels like she's just burnt out, stressed out, having to deal with all the things, I'm going to go over 6 tips with you today on how you can be ultra productive in your business, but also while you're raising babies. I myself have 2 kids. I have a toddler who's 3.5 and I have almost a 10-month-old. So I know what it's like to run a business and make sure that that's profitable and moving forward. Also, while having 2 babies at home, running the house, having a husband who works in a very, very high performance job, running on all cylinders, and our family making sure that our home is being productive and the groceries are being ordered and the home is being handled. So if you're a mom and you feel like you're stressed out because you're trying to compete with a man or another woman who doesn't have kids in this industry, you're right. You're right that you feel like you're trying to compete in an industry as a working woman because you're trying to compete with someone who doesn't have kids or who is a man and isn't the go-to parent. You are right. So I want to give you your 6 tips on how you can tap into ultra productivity and be able to run your business also while being able to have your babies and that intentional time with your spouse, with the kids, and for yourself. Okay, so we're gonna jump right in because I got a lot of good tips to share with you today. Okay, so tip number 1, I want you to ignore the mainstream media advice, okay? Because most of that advice is coming from a male-dominated industry where they're telling you to get up and the first 10 things you gotta do when you wake up are wake up, work out, meditate, journal, like all of these things that you know if you're a working mom that you wake up and the babies might already be crying and your husband's already up and there's already a lot going on, right? It's already a lot going on. And hopefully you're waking up before the kids are up, but if not, right? Either way, I want you to know that you got to ignore all that mainstream media advice because they just don't run businesses like we do as mothers, as working women. It's just not the same case. They don't have the same things they have to worry about. They don't have to worry about kids getting sick, doctor's appointments, running the house, right? Like you as the mother, as the working mother, you've got to worry about, are the kids getting up? Are they eating? Are they getting ready for school? Are their lunches packed? On top of, like that all happens before your workday even starts, okay? So you just need to know that you got to ignore all that mainstream media advice in terms of get up, journal, workout, drink all your water, like do all these things, because while those are good, okay, while those things are good, we have to prioritize what works best for us. So as a working mother, being able to tap in and run this high productive business, I see you, hustler. Thanks for being here. I know Bobby, this one's for Bobby, okay? That what I'm telling you right now, the mainstream media advice, you gotta step away from. You gotta stop listening to that mainstream media advice, because most of that advice is in the male dominated, it's just male dominated feedback that they're giving you. It doesn't work for a woman who is running the household with the babies and the kids and the business. You got to know what works for you in your business and know when to apply the right things, okay? So number one, ignore the mainstream media advice and stop operating like with the advice that a man would operate with. And when I say that, I'm not saying it because we as women cannot do what men can do. I am not saying that at all. We, no offense guys, we can do a hell of a lot more than most of the men, because we're running the babies, the houses, the homes, the businesses, our lives, the kids, the husbands, the spouses, all the moving pieces, right? Okay, so we know we can do it all. We know we're superwoman. But at the end of the day, you got to ignore that advice, because it's only going to set you up for failure. So continue to know what works for you and double down on that, okay? If for you, waking up, taking your vitamins, tapping into getting your water in, and meditating for 2 minutes, if that's your jam, do it. But if you're like, I don't have time to meditate and journal and pray and do all these things, don't worry about it. You can still be successful without doing that. And I need you to know that, okay? It's so important that you know that. So number one, ignore that mainstream media advice. Number two, realize all the things that you do, okay? From getting the kids on their schedules and the meal prepping and running the business. You need to look at all of the wins and the achievements that you're actually having each day. Thank you for being here, Christopher. Thanks for being here. I appreciate all your support. So I want you as the woman to realize what you do in a day, okay? I want you to realize all the things that you're doing, not just in business and not just in the home, but as a combination of the two. You're running the home. Again, you're making sure all the groceries are there and the kids are being fed and the lunches are made and the dinner is ready, okay? On top of running your business. So it's not just like a one-man show here where it's just you get to pop into your business, wake up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, all of these meditations, affirmations done, and then jump into a hot cup of coffee. I will tell you, most of the moms that are on here will know, you have, like this morning, my eggs were made and I went to heat them up 3 times. I said, screw it, I'm not eating the eggs, I'll have a shake. I pulled a shake out of the fridge and that was my breakfast. Because we just don't operate like, all while that was going on, while I was trying to eat the eggs, I'm trying to get my son dressed for the day. And I have help, okay? And I admit I have help, okay? And I'm talking about to the women that do have help, because part of what I'm gonna tell you is getting help around you so you can do all these things. But also while I'm doing that, I am an intentional parent. I show up, okay? And I'm with my kids and I'm running my business. So all that you have to focus on, and what I want you to take away from number 2, is realize all the things that you do. Realize that you're not just waking up and the sun is rising and the coffee's brewing like it's showing you in the Folgers commercial. Like you wake up and life is already happening, right? Like the babies start crying, someone's hungry, a diaper needs to be changed, like you've already seen all of your emails coming through. So just realize all that you do in a day and all that you accomplish in a day, because that's going to allow you to focus on the wins and the achievements, not on what you're not accomplishing. And I can go on a whole nother rant about that and how we set that up for success, okay? But again, I want you to focus on what are the wins and realize how much you're actually doing in a day, okay? That's number 2. Number 3, you guys, all of these are such gold, and I just want you to really listen to me on this, okay? Because I've been a mom now for almost 4 years. I've picked up some hacks and some tips. This is like the number 1. This should really be number 1, okay? Prioritize sleep. Please, for the love of your sanity and mine. Prioritize your sleep, okay? There's so many people that are like, hustle, hustle, hustle. I'll work when I'm dead. Ba, 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 ba. Moms, prioritize sleep. Because let me tell you this, we do not have the same hour windows of sleep that the mainstream media, when they say meditate, sleep, journal, do all the million things that you're going to do in a day, they don't take into account the fact that you were breastfeeding all night long. They don't take into account that your toddler was up having nightmares all night long and you had to go console him, and your typical 8 hours of sleep is probably more like 6 hours, or maybe it's 8 hours of broken sleep. Okay, so realize that what you're up against is not what the other person in the mainstream media is up against. Okay, prioritize sleep above all else. I do this. I will sacrifice a workout, I'll sacrifice whatever to make sure that my mental capacity is where it needs to be, because I need to get my rest in. I need to get my sleep in, okay? So make sure that you're prioritizing sleep above all else, and please do not feel guilty for this. Do not feel guilty if you take a 30-minute nap during the day because you were up with your kids last night, okay? Breastfeeding, nightmares, the kids jump into your bed. Like, I'm telling you, all of this, okay, shall pass. And that this is one of my other tips for you too. Remember, okay, ready? This is tip number 4. Remember, it's all temporary, okay? The not enough sleep phase, that's temporary. The night terrors from your kids, the breastfeeding, all of that, it's temporary, okay? When you're in it, it doesn't feel like it's temporary. When you're in it, it feels like you're never gonna sleep again. When you're in it, it feels like it's exhausting and it's never gonna end, and it's all the things when you're in it, especially in that newborn stage. Like if you're a new mom and you're still breastfeeding, and anywhere I wanna say in the 6 to 12 month mark, okay, of your baby being a newborn, it's rough. You're in it. You are in the thick of it, okay? I am with you, and I see the hearts coming through, so I know you resonate with this, okay? So just know that it's temporary. The baby's gonna sleep. You're not gonna be breastfeeding forever. This stage is gonna pass. It's gonna feel like forever while you're in it, okay? So just know it's temporary. And you go back to number 2 about focusing on the wins and all the things that you do accomplish in a day. If you can do that, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you know that every day when you feel like, oh my God, I didn't get anything done today, you actually focus on what you did accomplish. You focus on the wins. Even if it's just getting up and taking a shower and you accomplish that, that's a win, okay? Congratulations, my hat is off to you, because to make sure the kids are fed and the house is running and you answer the emails that you had to do, like those are all wins, and make sure you're acknowledging those, okay? So remember, it's all temporary. And then number 5, this is a big one. Like all of these are huge. This is why like today, I want to make sure I say this loud and proud and you hear it and you feel heard. Because as a mother to another mother, or as a mother speaking to a man who supports a woman who is raising babies and running a business, like you are her support system. So I want you to understand like how much she's actually doing. I want you to be able to understand that like what you have going on in your world may seem like a lot, but she's running the home, the meals, the family, the business, the home, like all the things, okay? So that's why I'm shedding light onto this for you, for all of you, for anyone who's listening, the men, the women. You get it. You have kids, you don't have kids, you get to understand this a little bit more. Okay, number 5, delegate as much as you can. I know as a woman, it's so hard to delegate in the beginning because you're like, no one can do it like me. No one's going to do it like I do it. But I'll tell you this. There's things that you can focus on, okay, that you get to focus on. You gotta know that done is better than perfect. You have to know that done is better than making sure that it's perfect, and all of the little things that you want to be perfect, that it's done and you can move forward and get the progress, and that the perfection isn't going to hold you back, okay? So it's so important that you know that you put attention on the things that are important to you, like the things in your business that only you can do, like spending that intentional time with your family that only you can do, and then anything else is delegated, outsourced, or automated, okay? So important, and this makes such a difference. A little at a time makes a huge difference, okay? So again, it's so important that you remember that doing these things a little bit at a day. It's a step at a time. Overnight success doesn't happen just magically. It happens because it was one step in front of the next, in front of the next, in front of the next. And it's that continued consistency that's going to give you those big results, okay? But not overnight. Remember, it's not overnight. It's going to feel so slow in the beginning, especially when the babies are little. You know, as they grow up, you get a little bit more time and a little bit more flexibility. But just know that it's hard in the beginning, and it's hard because you're running all the things, and you'll always be running all the things, right? But these tips are to allow you to step into that high productivity so you realize you're not up against someone else with no kids, or who isn't raising the kids, or who isn't running the business and the babies, right? That's why this is so important, to keep all these things in mind. Realize it doesn't last forever. Realize all the things you're actually doing. Ignoring this mainstream media advice that tries to tell you, you know, you got to do 20 different things before, I don't know, before 6 a.m. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm here to say, like, to put my foot down and say, like, you can do so much more than you think, but we don't overwhelm ourselves in the process of it, okay? And you give yourself credit where credit's due, meaning, like, if you got up and the babies were dressed and fed and you got into your business, you get a pat on the back, okay? Again, it's the little steps moving forward each and every day that are gonna bring you that massive success, but not overnight, okay? Okay, so we talked about ignoring the mainstream media, realizing all the things that you do, okay? Number 3, prioritizing sleep. Number 4, remember it's all temporary. Number 5, delegate as much as you can. And number 6, okay, consider interruptions to be consistent, not deviations, okay? I actually have 7 tips for you. I have 7 tips. So, consider those interruptions that you have to be consistent, not deviations. When the kids come in and the kids are giving you distractions, and the kids are telling you, you know, they need a pop in because they need a snack, or someone fell and got a boo-boo, or whatever it is, right? Like, most life phases are temporary, right? We talked about that. But here's what's not. You'll never again work without those interruptions. Like, unless you're working outside the home, and even then it's still phone calls from the nanny, the babysitter, the in-laws, whoever's there, right? Like, you just need to know that once you have kids, things will almost never go as planned, okay? And I'll say they'll never go as planned, for better or worse. Knowing that, like, for me, the way that I plan my day, I'm very strategic about how I plan my day, in the fact that I only write 3 things down that I need to get done that day. I don't write out 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night and all the things that I'm doing. I do write it out, but I don't expect that to go perfectly according to plan. So what I think is gonna be at noon could be at 9, or it could be at 4, or it could be at 8 p.m. So I never set myself up for failure, in the sense that I'm expecting things to go as planned. And when you can set your day up that way, you actually tap into a higher productivity, into a higher performance, because your attention is on the things that actually will move the ball forward and give you the progress, versus on, oh my God, I didn't do these 20 things on my list today, but I did get done the top 3 things that move me forward. So how do I plan for unexpected things? Daisy, that's what you're asking? That's exactly it. I plan for the unexpected things by knowing they're gonna happen, right? Like, you have to understand that, like, going into the day, those unexpected things are gonna pop up. Someone's gonna fall and skin their knee. There's gonna be a doctor appointment that needs to be made. Changes in the schedule are happening. We know this as moms. And Daisy's asking this because she's probably experienced this today or every day, right? So every day, these things are happening. So for me, I always plan out the 3 things that move me forward every single day and that I need to get done. And then everything else, it's like gravy. If I get it done, it's amazing. But if not, it's okay. Because that is not the expectation for the day. The expectation for the day is those 3 high important things. What are those 3 things of high importance that are going to move me forward every single day to give me the progress that I'm looking for where I need it for that day? Okay, so does that make sense? We're not focusing on the to-do list. In my book, Slay Your Day, I say throw out the to-do list. They're no longer your friends. we focus on 3 things that are strategically going to move us forward. So I hope that helps you. Again, step away from like the list and like all of the things going perfectly, because it's just never going to be like that anymore, right? Like there's certain things that pop up and they need your attention. It's like putting out those fires, those urgent fires that pop up, and there's always something going on, right? So you just working with that and knowing that, absolutely, you're welcome. You just working with that and knowing that is going to help set you up for success and actually help you tap into high productivity, because again, you're not worried about the 20 different things that you want to accomplish that day. You're focusing on the 3 things that you're going to accomplish that day. And they're not all business for me. Like sometimes it's 2 personal, 1 business. Some days it's all business, some days it's all personal. It just depends on the day. It always changes, right? So you need to know what that is for you based on what your goals are, how you're setting your days up for yourself and for success. And it's really important that you're focusing on what's going to move you forward. So that's really important. And then number 7, this is my number 7 tip. And all of these tips, you guys, I just want to scream them from the rooftops and just know that this is also important for you if you are someone who is ambitious and you're a mom and you have goals and dreams outside of being a parent, right? Because like that's great for all of the moms. Like listen, to all the moms that are in mommy mode all day long, it is a freaking hard job. It is hard, it is tough. You're in the thick of it with the bottles and the diapers and the tantrums all day long, right? Like, yes, I see the heart, so I know that you know. But then you take that and you also have your dreams and goals and aspirations of whatever that is, a business, maybe it's your health and wellness or whatever spectrum that you want to, where you have your goals and dreams, putting that on top of it. We have to be as mothers so intentional about where our time is going, okay? So my tip for you for tip number 7 is to find your tribe and to connect with them. Find your tribe and talk to other parents about what they're doing, how they're juggling all the things. I have a group, I'm live in it right now, Productivity Hacks for Ambitious Women on Facebook. You can tap into that and talk to these other women. These are other women who are ambitious, who have goals and aspirations and building businesses while raising babies. And they're exchanging and collaborating and doing amazing things together. So if you're not in this group already, I encourage you, go on Facebook, check out Productivity Hacks for Ambitious Women and join our group. You're going to be in there, you're going to be with other women who have goals and dreams and who are running businesses and raising babies and running the home. So yes, Janelle, yes, get in there, come join us, because when you get to be with another group of women who are going through the same things you're going through, and you're going through all of the like the, just not even the ups and downs, just like the roller coaster of life and parenting and business. Like nobody understands it better than a mother who's also going through it. Nobody else understands, all the things that pop up and come up and the struggles and the wins and just like all the things that go on than other women, other moms, right? Who are in the same situation as you are, who are running businesses, raising babies. Thank you for all the hearts. Amen. Yes. And are so ambitious and who have dreams and goals and are just wanting to get around other people to think bigger, right? Because just because I'm a mom, just because I'm a wife, doesn't mean my goals to my business and what I want to do get left on the sideline. It means I got to be so strategic about what I'm doing and where my attention's going and where my time is being spent. Because just like I told you in tip number 1, ignore the mainstream media. How you and I operate our businesses as women, as women who have kids and homes and businesses to run, we cannot listen to the mainstream media where they say, wake up at 5 a.m. even though you were up with your kids, every other hour last night, and one's sick and one's teething and one's breastfeeding and on and on and on. It's just not the reality. So I encourage you to connect with a group of other women, of a tribe of women who get you, who understand you, who know what it's like raising babies and businesses at the same time, when we can collaborate and talk about all of these things. It's so important, okay? So I encourage you to join me in the Productivity Hacks for Ambitious Women Facebook group. Come in there and join us. Renee is like, facts, amen, let's preach it, because all of us know in here, all of the women that are in here. And also, please share this video with a mom who is in business, because I think it's so important that we come together as a tribe, as a community of women to say, look, it's hard, okay? It's not easy running, raising babies, productive members of society, and giving those babies intentional time, also for yourself and making sure your own health and self-care is a priority, time and attention for your spouse, and raising a business. You guys, come on, right? Like, if you're with me, let me see the hearts. Yes, thank you, and over here on Facebook, thank you. Yes, amen. So we got to make sure, my motto is always, I get to have it all. Your motto should be, I always get to have it all. Because at the end of the day, like you get to have it all. Because at the end of the day, we get to have, I always say, I get to have the baby, the body, the business. That has always been my motto. Since I became a mom, I said, I am not neglecting one of those things for another. I get to have it all. And so can you. So we have to be extremely intentional about where that time is going, based on where and how we plan, and how strategic we are, and how we get around other people who are helping us to get there, okay? So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Join me over in Productivity Hacks for Ambitious Women Facebook group. I can't wait to see you over there. Also, if you want to grab my totally free guide, it's called Big Money Moves. So it's Sandra Glant. Actually, can someone type it in the comments for me? It's sandraglant.com/big money, or you can just go to sandraglant.com, either one of those. What this is, it's a training, it's a video training on how to focus in on the big money moves that are going to move your business forward strategically while you have limited time in your business. So you know what works to move you forward every single day. I'm going to just type in on my website here, it's sandraglant.com, and this is going to help you identify what in your business is working, how you're going to move yourself forward. Let me just, sandraglant.com, pin comment. Okay, perfect. How you move your business forward very strategically with the limited amount of time that you have, but all while creating a huge impact and creating the income that you want. So I encourage you to go check that out. It's totally free. It's a download, so you get the video, you get the PDF trainings that come with that, and come join our community. So you guys, thank you for being with me here today. This is such a hot topic. I know for moms who are working and trying to run the home and the house and the babies and the business, it's a lot. And you need that support system, because there's days when you just feel like, how do I do all of this, right? And that's when you tap into this community and you say, ladies, it's been a day. It's been a day, right? So that's why I'm here to share with you my tips, my strategies. I specifically coach on high performance, high productivity, and allowing you to tap into that so you can become the present mother, wife, and business owner that you want to be, okay? So I'm so glad that you were here with me today. My name is Sandy Glant. Thank you so much for being here. Again, check out the website, sandraglant.com. Join us in the Productivity Hacks for Ambitious Women Facebook group, and I will see you there on a training very shortly. All right, guys, have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. And for all of you who are over here on the live, ladies, this is so powerful. So if you want more trainings on this, drop me a comment below. Let me know if this resonated with you. If you want more trainings like this, this is so powerful. I'm gonna be sending out a blog post on this as well. So I hope that you can be in here, share your wins, share the strategies that you ladies are having that are working for you. This is an open community, an open forum for you to be able to do this, support each other, encourage each other. And I just can't thank you enough for being here. So I hope you all have an amazing